Hey everybody, this is Mike at ASR Outdoors and Hawk and Wolf Knives. Got something that I want to talk to you about. It's going to be a short video on this one, then I've got some more things, but I'm going to show you things that I had learned as a young man, as a child. It's things that when you have a permanent camp set up, so to speak, whether it be in your backyard or if you have a place out there, you know, we're always taught to teach the next fire prep. So you get out there and all the wood is wet. So we know to go and break off limbs from the tops, little things that snap, you know. Well, if you ever just have the time, and it's a process that an old man just down the road from where I lived as a child, I would always see him out picking up just little sticks like this. Now, this man lived in a shack behind a lady's house. She allowed him to stay out there. He had a wood stove in it for the winter time, and then the deep winter when it got real bad, she let him come inside. He wasn't forced to live out there. He just chose to live out there. He liked his freedom. He was well in his 70s, about 1975, 76. He's been gone for a long time. And I had seen him out there many a times in the summer, and he would be picking up these sticks and he would be making these little things out of them, bundles. And whenever she would have him, like, I guess maybe for room and board, or I don't know really the scenario behind it, but anytime any trees were trimmed or anything, instead of piling those things up and making them yard rubbish burn piles, he would go through them and cut them up. He would go in and cut them up into sticks about yay long. Now, a lot of you guys may be a little younger, some of you may be a little older, but they had a potbelly stove, and it was just a round stove that was just kind of, you know, it was an old cook stove, had an eyelet, you know, that he could put his cast iron skillet in it, but it was mostly used for heat. A lot of times they would use coal in those in the days, and he had a little coal pile that he had set out over there, and it was nothing very large. It wasn't a huge pile. The shack that he lived in was possibly about the size of one of my lean-to sheds that I just keep tools and stuff under. But what he would do is he would pick those up and he would bundle them up. And I'm going to show you that and show you that it doesn't have to be dry today. Just has to be dry when it's ready. So come along with me, and you're just going to see me picking up stuff off some limbs and stuff off the trees and stuff, and I'll show you how he tied them up and what he did with them and why he done it that way. So come along with me. Alright, so these little things like this right here, they're flexed. That one there's a little drier than I thought, but it's still not of any dryness. You don't have to get the leaves and stuff off of them. They'll pull out, but if you do, they will dry quicker, faster. But he would just take and just gather up things like this. Now, you know, if you already had a fire going, this would burn. But it's not really going to be a good fire starter. But later it will be. So we'll go out here and we'll get, there's some that are dropping or popping. So some of them are dry. There we go. Notice it just ripped. And it's as green as it can be. But we're not sweating about that today, because this is the next fire. So I'm going to gather up a bunch of these, keep this video short, and I will take you back to camp and show you what I've got. Alright, so we picked up just a couple of little bundles that we were going to put up, and we'll put it in the lavoo here, and we'll come around and use it. If you stay around with all of these videos, everything you see me gathering up just here in the yard or when I go out to the forest, those things will be used. They'll be used for the camp setup. Eventually we'll evolve this camp on up into a bigger one just here in the backyard. It's a little playtime thing. But I'm going to show you what he always kept with him in his pocket. And it was a little bit of this. It's just basically jute, kind of, but it's for baling wire, for baling hay. It's just a grass rope. It's an all-natural rope. This one here has a green dye on it. I am not for sure why that is on there, but you just take off a little piece like so. Get your thing to slip back in its little pocket there. Grab up your little bundle. Just like this. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. And tie a shoelace. And I'm keeping these knots simple. But I want you to know, we as older gentlemen, we know a lot of knots. We don't even use them. That'll be another part of the series. Sometimes we need them, sometimes we don't. But we learn so many of them, we just forget the basics sometimes because we're so cluttered up. But that's a simple process. This here is the next fire. So we have two here. This is enough for me to get a fire started if I have a good enough bird's nest. And I've processed my kindling and stuff down if that's what I'm doing, or if I just picked up some branches and stuff and made a big puff pile. But anyway, that's what we have here. The next fire. Hope you guys are enjoying this, trying to keep them low and simple and quick and positive. There'll be a lot of stuff and you'll start seeing these things just build up, just like civilization started. You know, no fire, they had fire. They run around slinging rocks at animals and spears trying to kill them, and then now we have semi-automatic weapons and we have different ways of doing things. So evolution. So stick around and I'll catch you guys on another video, and thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support, and I hope this helps somebody out one day whenever they're in a situation that they may be living in the woods. So thank you again. I'll catch you on another video.
Hey, thanks for watching.
If you like our content,
feel free to subscribe here.
Don't forget to hit that bell.
So you'll get a notification
as soon as a new video is uploaded.
And we hope to
Catch you guys on another video.